one of the most flamboyant and well-loved stars there ever was, but Liberace wasn't exactly a notorious ladies' man, or at least that's what we thought until Harriet Miller came along. Bill McGowan has this one for you. Bill?
Maureen, there aren't many entertainers who get a museum dedicated to their memory. Okay, so it's in a strip mall, but so is practically everything else in Las Vegas. Inside this building is Walter Liberace's legacy. The furs, the rhinestone-studded pianos, the glitzy Rolls Royces, everything. Well, there is something Walter Liberace left behind they won't tell you about in the museum. Namely, his son.
I'd be so happy to be doing it with you.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Liberace a dad? I mean, that's about as likely as him sitting at a plain black piano. Over the years, he was many things. Glitzy, talented, famous, rich, but fatherly?
It's a lovely day.
Well, now someone's making the outrageous claim that they were sired by the Candelabra King. And by doing so, this man tickling the ivories has struck a sour chord all over Las Vegas. His name is Ralph Miller, and he says he's Liberace's son. Or perhaps I should say his mother, Harriet Miller, says he's Liberace's son. Which means that Harriet must have one hell of a story to tell about Liberace.
I believe that I was the one love of his life.
That claim is the subject of a new book by Harriet Miller. In it, she says that 50 years ago, she was a singer who made beautiful music together with her pianist Liberace, on and off the stages of New York nightclubs.
I had no interest in anyone else, and he had no interest in anyone else. We were devoted to each other.
So at what point did Liberace, for you, become more than just some guy playing the piano?
Well, now I have this wonderful, nice person sharing my act and sharing the place that I live. And we're doing everything together, and we're depending on each other to get ahead in life. I have one of the nicest combinations in the world anyone could ask for.
The general public perception was that Liberace was gay. Are you here to tell us that that was not the case?
Not when I knew him. And I have one answer. Some of those people will say things like that, suggesting to me. And I simply say, well, were you ever in bed with him? That settles that question.
According to Harriet, a one-time consummation of her alleged romance with Liberace produced a son named Ralph, whom even Harriet kept in the dark. At what age did you become aware of the fact that Liberace was your father?
About 38.
You were 38 years old?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, Mom had made no mention of it until she began writing the book.
That's amazing to me.
I knew they were friends, this, that, and the other, but no, nothing's direct or anything like that. As I said, Mom's shy.
Well, not too shy to show up unannounced at the Liberace Museum near the Vegas Strip. Once inside, Ralph was greeted like anything but the prodigal son. In fact, we were asked to leave and told the subject of Harriet Miller was not open for discussion. At this point, my basic skepticism about Harriet turned into serious doubts. They're apparently not happy with your book.
Whatever.
Will they acknowledge the fact that Ralph is Liberace's son?
I've never mentioned it to them. This is not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a problem.
Oh, but Harriet, the Liberace estate does have a problem with your book. They say it's the phoniest biography to hit Vegas since Clifford Irving's bogus book on Howard Hughes. We asked Gladys Lucky, the woman Liberace called his second mother, whether Harriet's story has any credibility.
Oh, God, no way. No way. I would stand on a Bible, truthfully. That's how certain I am.
And how can Gladys be so certain?
Because Liberace was sterile. He told me that because he knew he could never have children. I've been trying to tell Harriet that before she wrote this book. The lady is fantasizing. It's very sad. She's a sad person.
In some ways, Harriet's book is not unlike Las Vegas itself. It suckers you in with the promise of a big payoff, but when you scratch beneath the surface, you realize there may not be much substance there. For instance, nowhere will you even find a photograph of Harriet and Liberace together. This side-by-side shot has been superimposed to make it look like they were next to each other. Gladys says that if Liberace had any skeletons in his closet, Harriet Miller wasn't one of them.
I knew all of Liberace's friends. He brought them to the house, his lady friends. They had dinner at the home. She was unheard of, as I said. She was unheard of. Never heard of Harriet Miller.
Come on to my house, come on.
Whenever Liberace was panned by music critics, he would respond with his now famous quote, "They have me crying all the way to the bank." You can't help but wonder whether Harriet hopes to one day use that same quote about her much maligned book.
I'm not afraid of dying. I'm ready. Because when I die, I'm going to go and get Liberace and have him all to myself without that entourage.
I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
What is kind of refreshing about Harriet and Ralph is they claim they don't expect a single dime out of the Liberace estate. Yet the folks here still want to have nothing to do with them.
Thanks, Bill. We'll be back with the latest on Operation Free Keiko in just a moment.